to Seeing Through Glass and welcome to Vallelunga Race Circuit near Rome. Now the last couple of days, the first few days of Vlogari have been incredible from a travel point of view, but today I'm getting back to the cars and in a pretty almighty way. With huge thanks to racing driver Nicolas Costa, I'm going to be getting behind the wheel of a Lamborghini Huracan SuperTrofeo. So, the Lamborghini Huracan SuperTrofeo is a track-only version of the more recognisable road car. However, it is completely different from the car that Paul from Supercars of London used to own. Rear-wheel drive, yes, but this car even has a clutch pedal, something you won't find on a road-going Huracan. As you can see, the bodywork is completely different, adding tons more downforce. The cars you see here are run by the Vincenzo Sospiri Racing team and entered into championships all over the world, from Asian Le Mans to Blank Pain GT and the Italian GT, which they were testing for here today. As you can see, I've now transformed myself into a professional racing driver. It's making me a little bit nervous than having to wear quite so much fireproof clothing, but that is because what we're about to do is incredibly serious. These Huracan SuperTrofeos are proper race cars and things can go wrong in them very, very quickly, which hopefully they won't. I've tried to put a mic on me, because as you can hear, they're quite loud, and I have no idea what you're going to be able to hear inside the cabin of the Huracan, but hopefully this will pick up some of it. Probably just a lot of me screaming. Anyway, a few more minutes to go. We're going to look around the car with Nicolas, and then it's going to be time for me to get in and give this thing a go.
To start the car is pretty simple. You got all this row right here. That's the one you use it in line. So this is the main switch. Just screw it on. Then you wait for the thing to go on. Now you press ECU, so all the controls will be on. You can see traction control on 5, ABS on 3. That's the setting they're using. Okay. Then you press ignition, clutch in, and start. ABS and traction control, I'll probably put for you guys ABS on 4.
Sure.
And traction control on 5. I think it's quite safe.
Please.
Even though this traction control, it will get sideways anyway.
Sure.
It's just mainly for a straight line.
It's very hot in here.
How's the seatbelt?
Very, very tight.
Okay.
He's done it really tight. I'm not going anywhere. I'm so freaking devastated that the sound of that file got corrupted, because as I'm sure you saw, it was a crazy roller coaster ride. It honestly felt like I was riding shotgun for Nicolas's qualifying lap in a championship decider. He said he was only driving at sort of 80 or 90%, but it felt so quick, and he just seemed to be so on it. I've had a few awesome race car passenger rides, but this just felt different. Raw, brutal, but amazing. And before I knew it, we were back in the pit, and it was time for me to take over. I mean, how was I ever going to live up to what I just witnessed? Now, as you saw, I purposefully mic'd myself up to try and talk to you whilst behind the wheel, but this was one of the most daunting driving experiences I've ever had. Whilst I'm very familiar with the Huracan, I've driven really only one race car, a Lotus Cup car for my National B race licence. This Huracan had huge racing slicks, way more power than a Lotus, massive downforce, and was incredibly brutal. I was continuously told by the entire race team that it could kill me in a second, and I was well aware of that. So at the beginning I was very cautious, slowly building up my confidence and speed whilst listening carefully to Nicolas's instructions, so I was able to push a little more each lap. But I simply did not have the brain capacity to talk to camera at the same time. All I can say to you is that the thing blew me away. Of course, the downforce and mechanical grip was great, but I was nowhere close to the limit, so I wasn't really exploiting it. I managed to knock off 4 seconds on my final lap, which was rewarding, but all in all, it was just an exhausting experience, but I loved every second. Well, oh my good lord, I don't think I will ever have an experience like that again. I mean, I didn't think I would ever have an experience like that in the first place. Driving a race car for about 7 or 8 laps, then being taken for a passenger ride. The big things, I'm dripping with sweat, I'm struggling to comprehend everything that just happened, but essentially the biggest thing was the brakes. The brakes are incredible, and I couldn't get used to the force that you needed to apply them with, but also how quickly that car stopped. You could carry so much more speed. I was about 20 seconds off the pace. I'm not embarrassed to say that. I think my first run I did about a 1 minute 56, something like that, and then I got down to a 1 minute 52. So 4 seconds off on the second run, but still, Nicolas did about a 1 minute 37, and he said that was a few seconds off the pace. So I wasn't quick, but I had a freaking amazing time, and I feel like I've lost so much body weight. It is so hot in there. But yeah, an incredible experience. I am so, so grateful for the whole team here. Vincenzo Sospiri Racing, such an Italian name, it's wonderful. And yes, I mean, now, just because it is a track day, doesn't mean we're going to be driving track cars. Nicolas has just said, do you want to go and try drifting a 4C on a skid pan? Sounds like a pretty good idea. So that's what we're doing. We've jumped in our cars. We're going to go to the Vallelunga skid pan and try drifting a 4C. What a casual day. Well, we're not entirely sure what's happening now. The 4C has become a Giulietta for the moment. Nicolas is looking apprehensive.
I'm not sure.
But yeah, this apparently is some kind of slidey, drifty place. This is like a motor testing place, a bit like Mercedes-Benz World in the UK. Those of you who've been here, you can do, you know, braking tests and stuff. We were hoping just to have a bit of a laugh, but we've got a very official looking car here for the very official test. Classic understeer. He'd know that being a Lamborghini driver, wouldn't he? Banter! that wasn't quite what we were expecting, but it was still pretty good fun. Oh, I just smashed my camera around. I am now having to leave, so I didn't even have a chance to say goodbye to Nicolas and Renato. Ooh, it's so hot! Renato on camera because they've run back because they're doing some more on-track stuff. I'm actually headed back up once again towards Milan for the Monza Grand Prix, which is a weekend I did not want to miss. So this week I've literally travelled the entire length of Italy, but hopefully, I think it's been worth it already actually. I was going to say hopefully it will be worth it. I think it has already. Huge thanks to Nicolas Costa and Renato for organising this whole thing. You can follow both of them on Instagram. I'll put their links below. Nicolas obviously with all of his racing. Renato does an inordinate amount of very cool things with very cool cars and takes rather good pictures. So check them out below. Also, massive thanks to the actual race team for letting me drive one of their cars. What idiots! How did they think that was going to end well? Well, unbelievably it did, because I didn't crash, even though I wasn't particularly fast. But I loved it. I loved every second. I thought it was super special. And now I'm going to try and take it all in, think back, rehydrate, that's essential, and make my way to my stopover point in, oh God, I wish I could remember where. So it's like a couple of hours away, you'll see. A wasted opportunity, but I just went past a petrol station and not only saw a car wash, which I've been looking for about 6 years with this car, but I thought I saw a classic old, yeah, is it like a Lancia rally car or what is it? Oh, that's so cool! I mean, literally coolest car wash ever. I haven't done a particularly good job, I never really do. But this car needed at least a hose down, which is what it's got. But yeah, that Lancia is mega. That is the owner of the petrol station's car. So I'm staying in Siena tonight. I had totally forgotten I'd booked this place and it looks stunning. So I'm definitely going to walk around, but I am literally here passing through on my way back up to Milan. I'm exhausted now after that drive. I can't believe how much energy it took out of me just driving 7 laps and not particularly quickly. It gives me a bit of a new respect to the fitness levels that racing drivers have to uphold, I guess, let's say that. I'm going to go find a Coca-Cola and a bed to lie down in and refresh before editing this video together and getting ready to set off again tomorrow morning in the little 124, which is now a little bit cleaner. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you have, and make sure to subscribe for plenty more videos to come.